What do I think about the fire department becoming 100 years old?
100th anniversary means to me, it's 100 years. It honors the men and women that come before us and got us to this point. And for us to keep the tradition that was in place way before any of us were even put on this earth, and to keep it going for another 100 years for those to be here after we're all gone.
It means a lot, you know, because not many departments can say that they're 100 years old and have as much background as we do, and it's pretty cool to say that you're a part of it.
100 years is monumental, that if something can last 100 years, you know you're doing something right, and you know you're on the right path of going at least another 100 years. Through all the changes of where headquarters is, or where we have another station, to how we've advanced ourselves in tactical purposes or the type of apparatus that we drive, it means something, that we've done something right.
What the guys did that came before us, what they did for us to lead us up to this point, and the respect that we can repay to them by doing the job and leading us into another 100 years of service.
It's a lot of dedication. People came down here from 100 years ago to now. The people have 30 years, 10 years, or 5 years. Even so, if they're a probationary member, they're here, they came down to help everybody.
100 years means there's a lot of people that have gone in and out of these doors. A lot of men and women that have spent a lot of time training and working together and bonding.
What do you want to say to those people?
Thank you. Because if it weren't for the people that started this 100 years ago, we wouldn't be here today. And there's some pretty cool people here.
So the history of the Islip Terrace Fire Department is a pretty unique one. It started over 100 years ago after like an informal meeting in 1916, and ironically enough, Islip Terrace hasn't always been called Islip Terrace since the get-go. It was called Germantown simply because everybody that lived here was dominantly German. It just made sense. So it wasn't until of May of 1917 that the Wolper family donated land and they started building the first firehouse, which is now Suffolk Glass on Carlton Avenue, that they had their first official meeting and appointed James Gallagher to be the first chief of the Islip Terrace Fire Department. So on June 30th, 1917, we had a huge party, a big parade to commemorate the opening of the fire department, and neighboring departments came. We marched down and we got our first piece of apparatus, which then was a horse-drawn carriage, a gift from Islip. From then on in, when alarms came in, they rang the Wolpert house simply because they had a telephone. And what they would do is they'd write down the information and they'd run down to the firehouse and ring the bell, and that would alert other members about a call in the area. In 1921, we got our first piece of real apparatus. We got our first chemical truck. At that time, people would complain actually because the chemical truck would get stuck in the mud and the horse, it wouldn't. So it's pretty ironic that, you know, over the last 100 years, we're still kind of going off about the same thing. It wasn't until 1924 that they officially changed the name of Germantown Fire to the Islip Terrace Fire Department. And then from then on in, it's been history ever since. You know, things do change. We now have 2 houses. We have over about 18 pieces of apparatus with over 100 members. So headquarters just change, members change, the way we do things change. But the thing that haven't changed here is the camaraderie that we have here between each other. We have brotherhood, we have honor and dedication. And that'll go on forever.
This was the dramatic part.
Yeah, forever. Hope I got all my dates right. I don't think I did.
My advice, if somebody wants to join the volunteer fire service, is do it. Every brother and sister out here, we're here to support each other. We back each other's play, right or wrong. It's one of the most rewarding things you will ever do in your life.
You're with them pretty much 7 days a week when it comes down to it. And it's more than just, you know, a volunteer fire department. It's one big family. And it's special to be able to say that you have more than just one family at home, because when you come here, this is your second family. Like, this is your background. It means a lot, you know, to go out. When you're on a call, you meet people that you didn't know were out there, and you meet new people every day, and it means a lot, you know, to them when we show up, and you know, we're helping them on their worst days.
I became an EMT to help people. I enjoyed it, and I've stuck with it ever since.
On 9/11, I lost 3 people that were very close to me on that day. And I became a fireman to honor them and to help people, and to also pay respect to the 343 brothers that came before me on this job.
We all have this common drive to want to help people, and that's what makes this department so special, is that we've all come from different walks of life, all different backgrounds, but yet we all have a certain and a very common purpose here in this department, in that, you know, we have just banded together as brothers, and we can pretty much accomplish anything.